well, air. Sure, the beginning boards they had put us on didn't go higher than 1 foot off the ground, but that didn't mean I couldn't cruise as fast as I wanted on them. Although my speed may have had something to do with the tampering I had done with the safety controls. I wasn't technically supposed to be going this fast, it being my first year at the academy and all. But who was it hurting? Surely not myself. My titanium frame would keep me safe from all but a few cracked solar panels on my skin, and as long as they didn't break off, there was nothing I couldn't fix. The instructor's "slow down" was muffled by the wind rushing by my sound intakes. I could hear her next shout more clearly. "The strip ends soon!" She was referring to the strip of magnets that ran underneath the ground. Without them, the magnets in the hoverboards would have nothing to repel against. I did some quick calculations in my head. After figuring out that the strip should go on for a few more miles, I surged ahead. It's true that insubordination wasn't usually my MO. Josie and Viv had programmed me better than that. But there was just something about hoverboarding that made my wires go a little haywire. Call it a glitch. Of course, it could also just be my reaction to my close proximity with the magnets beneath me. I had left the frozen plains of the academy grounds a while ago. Great mountains of glittering ice replaced them as I neared the Pacific shore. I closed my eyes. That was, after all, what most humans seem to do when they are surrounded with beautiful things. Why, I'm not sure. How do you experience the view if you can't even see it? My logical thinking didn't understand. My human interactions and emotions program did. Kind of. The board jerked and shuddered beneath me before it promptly threw me off. I had ran out of strip. I landed hard on the ice, but as expected, it was nothing my titanium frame couldn't handle. By the time I'd gotten to my feet, though, the slick ice had lured me down again. Before I knew it, I was rolling down an incline, rolling until I landed in a small gorge with a thunk. The sound surprised me. I had expected the noise to be classified as ice, but my sound recognition software identified it as a thick slab of iron. Everything looked like ice. My sound recognition software, though, was one of the few programs that rarely malfunctioned. Testing out the surface was probably worthwhile. I tapped my knuckles on the wall of the gorge. The sound that followed was definitely not one of ice. I pushed the wall, but nothing happened. Luckily, my left index finger was equipped with a laser cutter. I only needed to wait for the synthetic nail bed to slide back before carving a jagged hole in the wall. The darkness that greeted me once the slab fell through wasn't completely unexpected. My night vision was designed for situations like this. Hundreds of black screen monitors lined the wall of a room. The space was void of people. I cautiously stepped inside. Instantly, overhead lights blinked on, as if being awakened after a long night's sleep, and I got a better view of the room. It was maybe the size of a classroom at the academy. An abundance of desks, machinery, and papers were strewn throughout the room, leaving only a few small paths. I followed one that led to one of the bigger monitors. Hesitantly, I pressed the tips of my finger against it. With a flash, the monitor sprang to life. A green light swept across it, most likely activated by a pressure sensor. Finding no fingerprints, the entire screen turned red. Intruder alert, intruder alert, intruder alert. Oops. I tapped frantically against the screen, trying to stop the alarm. Nothing worked. Years of advanced code and computer science training, and I couldn't stop a stupid alarm. I knew my human interactions and emotions programs was overriding when my fist slammed against the screen. That's what snapped me back to my senses. If I calmed down enough to let my logical thinking take charge. Got it. I reached back and dug a fingernail to the nape of my neck. The panels there slid away to reveal a coil USB cord. The nearest port I could find was on the side of the monitor to my left. I tugged the cord to meet it. Then I set to work. I logically assumed that I was not welcome here and could be in big trouble. The least I could do was find out for what. Well, try as I might, I hadn't been able to shut off the alarm, act into their data files with ease. It didn't take me long to figure out the name of the project. Shilling. That didn't tell me much. I dug deeper. Large sums of money from various governmental departments, signed contracts, treaties, and finally a mission statement dating back to when the Academy was founded nearly 20 years ago. Photos of cities with thick smog, reverse flooding, dried up lakes, and melting ice caps blazed across the screen. A picture of the Academy's wind turbines was last. Puzzled, I clicked on it. Blueprints of the turbines popped up, but the designs didn't match up. According to the blueprints, the turbines were actually pumping out CO2, instead of converting wind into electrical energy. By now, I was quite sure I'd finally figured out what a bad feeling was.